And on this Friday, October 10th, 2025 edition of Newsmakers, 4 months after Orthodox churches and a priest sued, Washington state officials have agreed to a court order permanently preventing enforcement of a provision of law that targeted priests by criminalizing their religious obligation to keep confessions confidential. In May, Washington state passed a law that made it a crime for priests to fulfill their religious obligation to uphold the confidentiality of confession. That law would have left priests with an untenable choice: obey Washington law and violate their sacred obligation to maintain the confidentiality of confession, or else uphold their religious vow and face criminal penalties. Alliance Defending Freedom attorneys filed a lawsuit in June challenging Washington's law. In July, a court order temporarily stopped the challenge provision of the law from going into effect. Now, Washington officials have agreed to an order permanently stopping them from enforcing the law as applied to the sacrament of confession and other sacred confidences. The Israeli government has approved President Trump's plan for a Gaza ceasefire and hostage release. Ben Thomas reports.
Early Friday, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's cabinet approved what his office called the outline of a deal.
We fought during these 2 years to achieve our war aims, and a central one of these war aims is to return the hostages, all of the hostages, the living and the dead.
An Israeli official says the agreement calls for a ceasefire to begin immediately and the Israeli military to pull back its forces to an agreed-upon line within 24 hours. President Trump says the hostages should be freed Monday or Tuesday.
It'll be a day of joy. I'm going to try and make a trip over.
Unanswered questions include whether and how Hamas will disarm and who will govern Gaza. I'm Ben Thomas.
Michigan's 2 U.S. senators have introduced bipartisan legislation seeking to improve security at houses of worship. The bill follows a shooting and arson at the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints in Grand Blanc Township that resulted in 5 people, including the shooter, being killed. The Pray Safe Act would mandate the U.S. Department of Homeland Security to set up a federal clearinghouse for nonprofits, including houses of worship and faith-based organizations. The location would let them receive information more efficiently about best practices for protecting people. One of the most beloved off-court figures in college basketball has died. Correspondent Gethin Coolbaugh reports.
Sister Jean Dolores Schmidt, the beloved chaplain for Loyola Chicago's men's basketball team, has died at the age of 106. The university announced her death on Thursday night. She became an international celebrity during the team's 2018 Final Four run, even inspiring a bobblehead of her likeness. She spoke with the AP in 2023.
I think sports are very important because they help develop life skills. And during those life skills, you're also talking about faith and purpose.
Health issues led her to step down in August, but she remained an advisor. Loyola President Mark C. Reed praised her as a source of wisdom and grace for over 60 years. Sister Jean published a memoir in 2023 sharing life lessons. I'm Gethin Coolbaugh.
And that's Newsmakers for this Friday, October 10th, 2025 edition. I'm Keith Black.